Hey everybody. I'm just going to start talking now. You never know with these lives. It says it's starting, but you just don't know. The timer's not going, so I'm just going to keep talking and hopefully it's not cut off. Welcome to day 3 of creating your own meal plan system. I'm going to recap for a second. Day 1 was creating your schedule for cooking. You know what's best for you. You know when you have the time to cook. For me, it's Sundays that I prep most of the stuff. And then throughout the week, if I'm out of something, like if I'm out of quinoa, I'll cook that. But my big cooking, like when I cook my sweet potatoes in my air fryer, that takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I do that when I'm not working. Same with the meatballs. Usually I'll cook them back to back so I can get those both done in about a 3-hour period. And that includes chopping my sweet potatoes into little cubes and cooking them in the air fryer and then doing the meatballs. My husband, will make the meatballs and then I'll put them in the air fryer. So I can get both of those things cooked in about 3 hours. And I could do other things in between until the timer goes off while they're cooking. So day 1 is coming up with your schedule so that you know when is the best time for you to cook, because only you know your schedule. Sundays work for me, they may not work for you. Yesterday we talked about rotating our recipes, and we all have our favorite recipes that we like to cook, and that they're easy and you don't have to think about the recipe and you can cook them quickly. So those are the ones that you're going to put on your calendar that I printed out, and you're going to rotate them throughout the month. So you'll cook maybe 3 of them in a week. Plan for leftovers, because if you plan one leftover for each of those, there's 6 nights, and then maybe one night is like all the leftovers all together. So you're only cooking 3 meals a week. And if you're courageous and you want to do more, you could actually cook for 2 weeks, and stuff that's easy to freeze, you can freeze it and then thaw it out for the following week. So like if you really want to cook, like some people spend like one whole day just doing all of that. Some people do it for the whole month. I have not done that yet, but it's something I could do, but I just haven't done that yet. So, all right, I lost my video. I can't see the video. So I'm going to talk today about grocery shopping. Okay, so we need to grocery shop in order to be able to buy the food we need, the ingredients to be able to make our meals. Okay. So today is the grocery shopping one. So it's sometimes the most challenging part of meal planning is compiling your shopping list and finding the time to get to the grocery store. I grocery shop the same time every week, 7 a.m. Sunday mornings. I go shopping right when the store opens. Well, they open later now because of COVID, but they used to open earlier. But I get up early, which helps me get ready for work on Monday, so I'm not sleeping in too much and I'm tired on Monday morning. So I get up early, like 6:30 on Sunday, and I go to the store at 7 o'clock. It's way less crowded. I do not like crowds. I will refuse to shop on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon because of the crowds. I'm not a crowd person. So, and this was way long ago before COVID even came around. So I don't like shopping when there's people in the way. I had one store, there was just a lot of rude people, so they just wouldn't move out of the way. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not shopping when there's a lot of people here. So I can get in and out in like 20 minutes to get everything I need, especially because I don't shop in the aisles. And that's another live I'm going to have too about the way to shop in a grocery store, around the perimeter and maybe in a couple aisles, because that's where all the processed unhealthy food is. But yeah, so I always go grocery shopping the same time every week. When I'm off in the summer from teaching, sometimes I'll go on Fridays. But usually it's Sunday morning. It's the routine I've created. It's a habit now. I go grocery shopping. We come home. We put them away. I get my sweet potatoes out. I wash them. I chop them. And I start cooking. So I get up at 6:30 and I'm usually done by 11 o'clock with my sweet potatoes and the meatballs when I cook them. So yeah, it's a busy day for me, at least in the morning, but I can also get other stuff done too. But yeah, that's what I do. And I know that that's part of my Sunday. If there's something else that we have to do, we go camping quite a bit, and we don't get home until later on Sunday. So then I will definitely try and shop before we go camping so that I have the ingredients already for everything that I need. So yeah, picking a day that you want to go shopping is important, and you should always stick to it because then that way it becomes a habit. Okay. So today we're going to choose a day of the week for your grocery shopping trip and resolve to come prepared. You will be walking into that store with a list. Okay. I always use a list. I have apps on my phone that I use. I also just sometimes write on a piece of paper. And then back in the day when I used to keep track, when I was on a really strict budget, when I wasn't working, I'd write down how much I was spending. So I knew as I was going along what I was spending. Okay. So that's always a good thing. Some of the apps I use, actually, you can put the price in so it tells you what you're going to be spending when you get to the checkout. Okay. Especially nowadays with the price of food going up, and I buy a lot more organic stuff, so that's a little bit more expensive. So I like to know kind of like what it's going to cost, because I don't want to be shocked with an extra $100 at the register and be like, what did I buy, for that extra $100? So lists are your best friends when it comes to planning anything. I'm a list person. Yes, I am. Choose the handful of recipes, remember we talked about yesterday, and the ones that you're cooking for that week. If you shop weekly, then that's perfect. If you shop bi-weekly, then plan for your 2 weeks, okay? Some people shop monthly, then plan for the whole month, okay? So you're writing down all the ingredients that you need. Okay, so this will not only save you time at the grocery store, but it will ensure that you have everything you need to make your meals. Now, I know I've run to like Walmart, or I have a Kroger right by me where I run quickly and get something if I forget it. But that way you're not caught off guard halfway through your busy week realizing that you don't have what you need for dinner. Because that's also another way that we end up slipping back into our old patterns and eating stuff that you really don't want to eat, or is not as healthy as you'd prefer to eat, okay? So to help your grocery run be even more efficient, you could separate your list into categories in the grocery store. I have mine the way I walk through my grocery store. So the app that I use, you can order the aisles any way you want. Even on my list, I'll like kind of group it together because I know Right now, I shop at a local Walmart neighborhood market, so it's the smaller store, and that's all it has is like the groceries and then the pharmacy side, and that's it. And it's smaller, so I prefer the smaller store. And so I know exactly when I walk in where I'm going first, and then I walk around and I put it in order. Yes, I'm a math mind. I'm a numbers person. I'm a little more OCD when it comes to that. I was going to be a professional organizer years ago, so I'm very organized that way. My classroom, I was known as like one of the most organized teachers. So yes, I'm very organized. So yes, doing it that way helps you to know precisely what things you'll need to grab in each section of the grocery store. And it will cut down on your grocery run quite a bit, so you won't forget something. But yeah, I would list it in the aisles too. Like I would know exactly what aisle this was in, aisle this was in, aisle this is in. If you set up an app, it does take a little bit longer in the beginning, because I'd be grocery shopping like, wait, what's in this aisle? Okay, so I'd write that in my app so I knew what aisle it was in. But once you do that, then you're set. I will definitely post which grocery shopping app that I use. It's been a while because I ended up using I'm using paper right now because most of the things I know, I automatically buy those every week. I don't have to write that down. But things that I don't normally buy, I write that down. Because I know I buy avocados every week. I don't even write that down. I just know that I'm going to buy them. But that's because I go every week at the same time. I know what I'm buying because I eat an avocado every day. Grocery gadget. I will post it on here. It's one that I use a lot. Oh my gosh, I have to update it because it still has my cat. We had to put our cat down in March, so it still has cat food listed on here. So I haven't updated it in a while. But yeah, it's one that you can put the picture on, you can put the price on, and then you can pick and choose what you need to shop for that week, what aisle it says pet products, frozen foods, dairy. I don't know if you guys can see this, dairy and things like that. So I will post that in underneath this video of the app that I use. And it's free. I don't really buy apps, so if I don't have to pay for it, I won't. But yeah, so that's also another way that you can go in. Plus, if you're like at work or driving around and go, oh wait, I need this, you have your phone, so it's right there. There's other apps that you can do on the computer, or like have your family on so they can add stuff that they need. But knowing what you need to buy, and where it is very important, so that you don't spend too much time or forget and then have to run to the grocery store like 5 times during the week, because then you're going to be like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to eat junk food, you know. So this will keep you on your healthy eating train, so that way you don't have to not eat unhealthy just because you forgot to pick something up at the grocery store. Okay. Also, if you live in an area with grocery delivery, now with COVID, a lot of them started doing grocery delivery. I know some of them had waived the fee, but I think some of those fees might be back in place now. This might be the best option to save the most amount of time and energy. You can put your list together and you can let someone else do the shopping. I did notice when I did that a few times, like we did that at the beginning of COVID. So a little over a year ago, we were doing that where we would go pick it up. And the substitutions were, I would not allow substitutions because I didn't want something else substituted for something like organic or healthy that I ate. If I ate a certain something, I didn't want the non-healthy version of that substituted. It's like, no, that's okay. So for someone like me, I didn't really like other people shopping for me, because if something was out of stock, I'd rather look myself because I read the labels, which will be another live coming up. But for most people, it's fine. And if it's just things you don't want substituted, then that's what you just don't have. But right now, things should be in stock, so you should be okay with everything that you need. I haven't seen empty shelves in quite a while at the store. So, ordering online and picking up should not be an issue with missing any items. So for today's challenge, it's going to be plan what day that you will do your grocery shopping each week or every 2 weeks or however it is. A lot of people do it like when they get paid. Some people get paid every 2 weeks. I get paid monthly as a teacher. So some people, I remember my mom used to shop monthly all the time when we were younger and fill up like 1 or 2 like grocery carts. Unfortunately, with the refrigerator I have, the freezer is not big enough for that. But we definitely go every week, especially for produce and things. I can stock up on things that I can freeze, but produce, usually you need to go every week. But make it a weekly habit or a bi-weekly habit or however often you go, monthly habit. But make it a habit so that you know what you're going to, what to expect if you go week after week, okay? Just get into a habit with this, because as soon as you form this habit, it's going to make it easier for you to eat healthier. You're going to have your meals already scheduled out on your calendar. You're going to have your what day you're going to cook, or 2 days a week you're going to cook. And now you know what day you're going to shop. Okay? So by doing this and having it all prepared and ready and become a habit, you know what what you're going to be doing. Okay? So you don't want to slip out of this habit, because it's not hard to get into. I always used to grocery shop at the same time every week anyway, just because that's just when I did it. And it was pretty much on Sundays when there was no crowds, because I don't like a lot of crowds, especially when I'm grocery shopping, because I don't want to not only have empty aisles, but I don't feel like standing in line for 20 minutes while when my husband buys ice cream, it melts. I prefer to like get up there and check out and be done. So, and I'm an early riser, so I like to get things done in the morning and I get a lot accomplished. So, Monday was schedule what days you're going to cook. Tuesday was rotate your recipes. Today was plan your grocery shopping trip. Pick a day and make your list. I always use lists when I grocery shop because there's always something that I'm like, man, I forgot to get that because I didn't write it down, especially if it's not something I buy all the time. And then especially with your recipes, you know that there's going to be some things you don't normally buy all the time for your recipes, so make sure you write that down, okay, and have them stocked. And so tomorrow we only have 2 more days of this, guys. 2 more days. Hopefully you saw I already posted the link for where my YouTube channel, because I upload all these videos there in case you can't find them on the Facebook page. I put them all on the YouTube channel. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the pantry, how to get your pantry prepared. I also have a 5-day series on pantry clean out too. So I'm going to tackle that as we probably get into fall before we get into the holidays, so you can clean out your pantry. But yeah, so thanks for joining me. I hope this has been really helpful for you. This is very doable. It's not very hard. It's just getting into those new habits. So I am the habit change coach, clean eating. Let me know. I'm here to help you. Once you start a new habit, it takes 21 days to start to form a new habit. You are pretty much set with that new habit, but you have to keep at it for those 21 days. So any questions, just leave them in the comments. Let me know. And I will see you guys tomorrow for talking about the pantry. All right, bye.